Today on the bench we have this laptop that the customer wants the solid state drive converted over to a virtual machine so he can run it on a server or something else. This right here is what I call my key to the world. It has basically all the software I'd ever need to do just about any job, including password cracking. So we'll start by turning it on, and I'm going to go in and load into what's called a virtual environment. It's called a Windows pre-installed. I forgot to push the button. Did I miss it? There we go. So now I'm going into boot mode. But we come in here to USB H right there, the SMI USB disk. When I first booted this up, I'll make a video on how to build this key later, but when you first boot it up, it might ask you for a key, and a lot of times you can just use the File Explorer to find it on the USB. It'll be included with software somewhere. If I can get it to do that again, I'll make a video. But we just start that up. And then we come here, I have different tools. I have Linux images, system tools. Then I have Windows PE, which is pre-installed environment. And then we boot into normal mode. If you want to fix your system, you can boot into Wimboot mode to fix your image. This will take some time to load up. All right, we're finally loaded in. So there's a couple softwares that I like to use. I usually like to start with this one. We'll come here to partitioning tools. I usually start with this one, and I like this one and the Disk Genius. Once in a while, I'll use this AOME, but it's a paid one, so I don't tend to use it much. But let's fire this one up real quick. So I've been practicing with this, so I have a dead disk right here, which is that one right there, and that is going to be our new backup. So we're going to try to clone this one disk right here, and you can see that it's a much bigger size, but hopefully we'll get this to work. And we got it on our 476 gig. Hit next. This is where you can set up your system. You can add or subtract, like we can change the sizes, but it looks like we're not changing the size on this one. I believe that's only if you're going from smaller to bigger. Anyways, I just keep with all the defaults, and I hit next. And I hit finish. This is going to automatically shrink the system and fit it on the new size. I'm going to do this so that when I reboot, I can reboot into the system and I can make it even smaller still. So here we hit commit. Make sure you know what you're doing, because I wiped out my own hard drive not long ago. So hit OK. And now it's writing. I guess while I'm waiting, I can go over some of the features of this software. So we hit here, we get to the programs. You have your basic stuff here, but let's kind of go quickly over what we have here. Most of this stuff I don't even use, like that NVIDIA thingy. But here, I'll just kind of show you and keep my mouth shut. So here's a whole lot of like Recover photo rack for photo recovers. A lot of stuff here for data recovery. You got a defraggler. You can crystal disk info, HD tune, test disk. I like to use test disk, honestly. You got imaging, so we can clone the tools, clone drives, I believe. I don't know. I don't know if I've used any of these. Mostly I find myself here in the partition tools, or I will find myself down here in the key finders. Oh, this is not what I used before. Oh, here we go. So I use these key finders a lot. I think I want to try this one sometime. Maybe I'll do it soon. Check the display settings. Huh. Cancel. Yeah, this really is kind of an all-in-one tool. Like you got some password sniffers here for networking and such, but this isn't what I'm useful for. That's what I use Linux for. If I need to recover passwords, a lot of the times I'll do it in Linux. It just takes too long to boot up into this when I can just really quickly do it from a command line at the very beginning. So I guess it always depends on how lazy I am to what I do. There we go. I just realized that I was muted, and I realized that I was recording a bunch longer than I thought. Maybe you noticed that I had a power failure or something and lost about everything. So I had to have a do-over. I erased the disk, and now I'm starting to clone it again. So I'm repeating all the steps that I did before. So hit next, and we'll go with finish there. And we'll commit to the changes, and hopefully this time it'll complete. After a while, it finally completed, but I did have some problems, and when I rebooted, it would not load in. I did solve that later on using some of the software, so if you try to do this, keep in mind it will likely fail, and you need to know how to deal with that.